Welcome back to Tales of Japan. I'm Shades, and I've been wanting to tell you this story for quite some time. So, one of the things we decided to do in Japan, because you want to see all the sexy things, you want to see all the fucked up things of Japan, you know. So, one of the things we found was there was a burlesque club. So, we decided, hey, why don't we go? So we got on the website, and the website is very fancy website. I might put the link up if you guys want to check it out. So we book our tickets. So our tickets, I think, they're about 10,000 yen each, so it's about $100 a head. Now you're probably thinking, that's fucking expensive for a club. Wait till I explain what exactly you get. So we book for the VIP exclusive thing, which is that we get the highest pampering service in this burlesque club. I don't know what to expect because, you know, I'm thinking like, Japan's crazy, like what are they going to do? So we get there to the club. I do believe it was in like it looked like Shibuya, like it looked like the Shibuya downtown. So we get to the club, it's upstairs, quite hidden away. And we get there and there's like a small lobby and they had fan stuff. Much like when you see idols and stuff, they had fan stuff of the girls sitting out on the table, like little photos of some of your favorite burlesque girls, and you could get them signed, and there was a couple little CDs and stuff. And where we were standing, right opposite, so there's the lift, and then there's the lobby, and the lobby was very small, and so then there's the merch bit, and then right here's the change room that was just made out of a sheet. We're seeing everything. These girls are getting into their gear. Some of them were wearing, like, I guess there were sumo pants. They look like huge diapers, but anyway, I digress. It was a bit weird. So the club opens up, we go in, they put us in our spot, and we're at the head of, basically it looks like a really fancy strip club. I think it was a blurred line between burlesque and strip, but there was actually no full nude, like you didn't see stuff. They did it where they covered parts up. So it was classy, but at the same time it was very strippy. So we get to the table and they give us this menu. And because of what we paid and where we're sitting, because we're sitting at the head of the table, we get unlimited alcohol. So they're bringing out unmarked bottles of, because we ended up going with, I think it was just vodka, like it was really, really hard vodka. Like this was cheap, hard vodka. And me and Butter Queen, we're just fucking smashing these. We're smashing these bottles back. And you get these tokens that you can use to redeem food. And so we're just getting like these bowls of hot chips, like they're thin French fries. And so, you know, that's kind of evening the alcohol. We're like waiting for the show to start, and then it kicks off. I don't remember exactly the very first thing because it was a blur. But they have like a TV screen in the background and a lot of things going on, and the girls come out. And they're doing all sorts. Some of them are getting up on the pole, some of them are stripping, some of them are open their legs. A lot of them, like, they get very flirty with you. You know, they're flirty with Butter Queen. She's fucking loving it. They had a girl come out, and she was in a giant martini glass just filled with soap, and she'd, like, swim around in it above us, and, like, the bubbles were hitting us. We're fucking wasted at this point. And then they had some of the girls come out and hit rice with a hammer. I'm not joking. And we actually were allowed to take photos. They have moments where you're allowed to take photos of the models, which is the weirdest fucking thing, because you wouldn't be able to get away with that here. So they have moments where you're allowed to actually pull your cameras out. And so the girls come out and they have, it's a traditional thing in Japan, and so like they're smashing up grinding or pasting up the rice in this bucket thing with a hammer, and you'll see in the photo. There is a lot of businessmen in there, but there's actually a lot of women in there too. Like, they're loving it. I think some of them are just as fucked as we were. Not just alcoholic fucked, but I mean just fucked in the head. So there was also another thing where they came out and, you know, they were basically naked on chairs, and they did the whole like chair strip thing where they basically covered parts up. They had a singer, and she came out and she was very lovely at singing. They all came up to us after their part of the show. Like, the singer came up and she's like, "Did you like my singing?" And we're like, "Yeah, we liked it." She's like, "I'm so glad you liked it," you know, and they're very like appreciative. And like some of the girls that were up on stage, they come up and, you know, they're asking like, "Oh, did you enjoy that one?" Yeah, like, and it was so weird, right? But then things just go up a notch. So we're hammering back beers, vodka. We're absolutely fucking tanked at this point. And then they're doing like the finale, I guess, and they had some like movies playing as well, and there were like some of the girls that couldn't make it for the night, I guess, or they were somewhere else, and there was other things going on as well. There's a lot of stuff that, again, I took in a lot of stuff, but there was a lot of stuff that I did not fucking understand. Then they start doing this music, like they just start pumping up the music. They're getting fucking crazy. Lights are going off. They've given us these like batons, these glowy batons that say burlesque on them, swing them around. And then they call us on stage. They pull out an Australian flag and they point at us. And we're fucked, right? Then we're just like, what the fuck? So they come down and they grab our hands and they take us on stage to dance. And I'm just like, fuck it. I'm in Japan. Like, I'm always weird about dancing because I can do like a few things. I'm not very good at dancing, but we just sort of do whatever, right? And, you know, Butterqueen's fucking losing her mind. Like, she's loving it. So I'm just sort of doing this shit, you know. And the Japanese businessmen, they're like, oh! Like, they're all loving it. They're fucking losing their mind. They're like, look at him! Ah! Like, it was the best we ever felt. Like, I know it sounds weird, but like, I felt happy the entire trip, but it was just the most energetic fun we had, because the whole room was cheering us. You know, we're fucking up. We're up there. We're dancing. The girls are dancing with us. There was I don't even remember the music. I don't fucking remember the music. I felt like we danced forever. It felt like it went on forever. And then by the end, we got a photo with the girls. And we were just blown away. We were exhausted, we were drunk, but we were blown away. We got off the stage and we sat back down, we got our stuff, and then they said their goodbyes, and then they had to do the next show. So those people had to leave, like all the people in the bar, like even us VIPs. And then they bring in the next set of people. They've got to do 3 shows that night. So they'd done, I think it was like a 2-hour show. It was just 2 hours of us getting drunk and eating and sitting. So the alcohol has fucked us. And then we leave, and it's like the greatest. It was the greatest feeling in just that whole thing. We just felt so good by the end of this. We ended up stumbling back home. We were absolutely fucked. We weren't like completely yelling like idiots. We were just trying to like stand straight. We had to catch a train back. We finally get back, and we were meant to get up the next morning to get tickets for the sumo wrestling, because you can't just get them online. You have to go to the booking place and you have to line up there quite early in the morning. And Butterqueen, she's like, I can't, I'm feeling sick. And I'm like, this is the second time we got drunk in Japan, and she was fucked. And I was like, normally she can hold a liquor. And I was like, oh, do you want me to go? And she's like, I don't want to do anything today. I just want to lie in bed. And I was like, oh, okay. So I just went to the arcade, because where we were staying, we were 1 street away from Akihabara. So I just went to the arcade and I played games all day, and then I just bought video game stuff. Would I recommend this burlesque? Yes, I would. I know that the price seems very steep, but it was one of the craziest experiences that we had. We were drunk. It was intense. The alcohol was cheap, but it was good. The food was greasy, but it was good. The shows were amazing. It was just the right length. And honestly, you got more entertainment out of that than you did if you, say, went to strippers and you did like, you know, like a 15-minute strip show with a girl. You got more value out of this than you did that. And I appreciated this so much more that I think, unless I find a strip club that can compete with that, I don't know. I don't think I'll ever go back. It was just amazing. I would highly recommend this burlesque club. I'll put the link up. It was amazing. When I go back to Japan, I'm definitely taking my friends there. It was the highlight it was one of the highlights of our trip. And we saw a lot of shit. We did a lot of stuff, but this particular night was just the most happy and the most fun we had. And there was just boobs everywhere, there was alcohol, there was greasy food, and we were just, for the 2 hours, we were off this planet, not even thinking about a care in the world, having fun in this club. And I would recommend it to absolutely everybody. That's it for this episode of Tales of Japan. I've got more tales to tell you guys, but that'll be for next time. If you guys have any questions about Japan or any of the tales or previous tales, leave them in the comment box below. But until next time, I'm Shades. Good night.